recorded something on Snap. I'm gonna post it on TikTok though. Um, One thing, like when you show your perception, when you show a perception of yourself on the internet, um, I'm gonna speak from my perspective. Like anything that I'm posting on the internet, it's just meant it's just meant for me to kind of expressing myself to the fullest, living my truth and being real. So anything I show, like people are gonna say, regardless of people gonna criticize and judge about what I post. So I'm just speaking from my perspective, but just so far as like me, I say so far as just like me putting stuff out on the internet, I don't do it for the intention. I'm just doing it because like it's always good to get it's good to reach other like-minded individuals that may want to see what you have to say or or they might are interested on what you post. They're interested, and it's like you're gaining an audience. You're getting attention from people who are like-minded like you are. People you can just like you can reach anybody who are going through exact same like who are going through um who has a similar headspace or just a similar mindset like you do. You can reach so many like-minded people that can you can kind of gain you can probably form as a group, not only form as a group, but you can form as a family almost. You can always reach like-minded people based on what you post on the internet. Like I've heard people say like don't post your feelings, but I don't know why people would say that. I don't know why people would say that. Even though I'm kind of skeptical because like yeah, I might be some people might be talking about their feelings all the time, but understand that that's what keeps them here. That's what keeps them waking up, and if that's the only thing they think about, and then that's the thing they, and if that's something they want to express about themselves and talk about, do as they let them do as they please, bro. Because then that way, if they don't, they're just gonna ball it up, and then they're just gonna be filled with more negativity, more stress on a person just to keep it balled up, and then that's kind of how I've been. That's kind of like some points in time where I've been feeling like that, where maybe I want to talk to somebody about how I'm feeling, maybe, but usually I just don't because I just ball it up or I just talk to myself. But then it kind of gets I kind of get annoyed when I do that too. But not that it's a problem, but it's like it's also I could also kind of reach somebody else that might be going through the same thing, and then I can just like, share like, different experiences, different mentalities, and like just share, just have the same expression as somebody else does, and then we can all kind of just like build together, and try to get through it together, build as a unit, instead of doing it by yourself, because doing it by yourself is you're alone, and then I know people can do it, but I know there's some people that can do it alone, but if you're struggling like to even be alone, then it's always good to talk about it. But what I do just to post my what I do now is just like me just kind of getting back into like well this is what I'm kind of currently doing. This is what I want to do now like for my career is to like just help as many people as possible and just to like do what I love and do what I can do what I can while I can, honestly. um but it's always good to reach like-minded people, individuals who are at least sharing the same experience and sharing the same like mindset that you do. Um, but what just like typically when I'm getting back into like me posting and stuff, it's just like me showing myself authentically without having to put on a persona, put on like a show or be a certain character in a movie without having to like be fake on camera, you know, having to like think like everything's okay and shit. But just to show that everything's okay, like show all the good stuff. Um, because I know people go through a lot of stuff, and people don't probably don't want to show that. I'm not gonna show every bits and pieces about what I'm going through. It just depends on how my mind might work. Like in my mind, I might be like, I'm gonna post this because I want to show it to the people. Then I'm gonna post it. But if I don't, then I'm not going to. Like I don't want to just like put a standard on everything I do because it's being serious. That's just me being serious, and me being serious stresses me out, and then I have to overthink and then think about certain things in my life, and I don't want to do that because it's overwhelming to think about too. It's overwhelming to kind of interpret in your life. So that's what I typically try to do. So and then people don't really show their authentic self. They don't. Nobody knows how to. I think I've ever seen anybody be real, but I have some people in my I have people in my comments. Um there's some that are genuinely like real and authentic, and that's what I like because they're being themselves. They're not afraid. They're not worried about what a next person might be thinking. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the other person thinks about you. Only you do. It shouldn't matter how another person thinks about you. If it's right for you, it's right for you. And you're gonna do it regardless of how what anybody says. Like if I'm gonna post myself emotional, I'm gonna do that because I feel like I want people to like understand me fully. I want other people to understand me fully while I'm on this earth instead of keeping stuff away. And it's just like I'm at to a point where like I just want if I'm getting into this, I want people to know a lot about who I am as a person and what I'm meant for, or just like what I'm trying to. I just want people to know what typically I'm trying to get into, or people to know who I really am instead of being fake, instead of not being real myself, instead of not being real, instead of putting on a picture frame, instead of being a character in a freaking movie where you just where you like lollygag and you just play this character, and then you're not really showing yourself. Then it's like who is this person? Like just just wondering, like who are you as a human being, or what are you meant for, or what are you meant for, and what is your purpose, of course. But that's typically what I've been trying to do. Just show my real thing. Just show my real. Just live my real authentic self without having to like think or overthink about certain things. Without even having to overthink. But just living in my truth, and a lot of people might not like it, which it doesn't matter. If it only matters to me. At the end of the day, it matters to me because my mind, body, my soul, like it's typically shown that this is who you are, and it doesn't matter what anybody says about you. Only what matters. It only matters when it comes from you, because you've been yourself since you were born. you know, you've been yourself. You know yourself better than anybody else does. Is that so hard to understand? You know. And then I don't try to judge nobody, criticize anybody either, because I don't know what they're going through. I'm not them, and I don't wish no bad, because I know there might be people that might not show themselves or not be as truthful or be as real, and then it's just like once that happens, people step away, people forget about it, people like don't want anything to do with it, and then people might not even be here the next day. It's sad. That's all I'm gonna talk about. Just talking about like what my purpose is, I guess. Just talking about what my purpose is for like me doing the social media thing now, and literally just getting back posting, like just working every single day. Just me getting back and working every single day. I wish nothing but the best for all of you. Bless, peace, and thank you for tuning.